maybe decided on the guard line.
Well, two very fine guards playing tonight. Of course, Randy Woods from LaSalle, averaging 27 points a ball game, puts him fourth in the NC2A ratings. And of course, Nathan Call here, I think the premier point guard in the Western Athletic Conference.
Randy Wood for the LaSalle team. He's a 6-foot senior. As Tom mentioned, he averages 27 points a game. He's averaging 5 assists a game. He's the leader on the team on steals. He does everything, including pack their lunches, I believe, Tom. Now for BYU, Call, as you mentioned, is a premier point guard.
He certainly is. Shooting 50% from the floor, 73% from the line, #1 in the Western Athletic Conference in number of assists. And the thing that's so amazing about that is he has a ratio of 3-to-1 assists for every turnover. The guy that comes down sits BYU in their offense and sets the tempo for the defensively. So it'll be a night of the guards tonight.
Speaking of tempo, up-tempo game?
Definitely. LaSalle comes in here. Last ball game against St. Joseph, they shot 43 three-point field goal attempts. So look for them to get a quick tempo here and look for that first good open shot from 30 feet out.
They've made a lot more three-pointers than BYU, but they shoot a lower percentage than BYU in three-point games, or three-point shots. Coming up, Brigham Young University and LaSalle University tonight from the Marriott Center in Provo, Utah.
Hi, I'm Sandy, and I just got to tell you about this great music offer I just received. It's called Greatest Original Oldies, and it's just packed with fabulous songs from the 50s and 60s.
See you later, alligator.
Here's the music offer you've been waiting for. Greatest Original Oldies. A special collector's edition of 36 #1 oldies hits by the original artists. You'll get
I gotta hear it again today.
Where are you, little star?
I'm so crazy about this music, and this special offer has all the songs you remember.
Eddie, my love, there is a rose in Spain.
only through this special TV offer can you get Greatest Original Oldies for the incredible low price of $19.98 for the giant cassette set or $24.98 for the compact discs.
So if you love 50s and 60s music like I do, you just gotta get Greatest Original Oldies. What are you waiting for? Here's how to order.
Call toll-free 1-800-452-4300 or send $19.98 for the cassettes or $24.98 for the compact discs to Greatest Original Oldies, P.O. Box 210, Little Ferry, New Jersey. Please include $4 for postage and handling.
Brigham Young University and the LaSalle Explorers tonight in Provo. Cougars looking for their 18th victory of the year, and LaSalle looking for number 12. And right now, a pretty good crowd on hand as we have the introduction of the starting lineups. For the Explorers, Jack Hurd, Ron Holland, Milko Liebhurst, Randy Woods, and Paul Burke. The starters for the LaSalle Explorers. For Brigham Young University will be Jared Miller, Kevin Nixon, Gary Trost, Nathan Call, and Mark Heslop. The starters for the BYU Cougars. And the coaches. For LaSalle, you have Speedy Morris, a veteran coach, a very good coach, and Roger Reed for BYU in his third year, and tonight looking for his 60th victory. LaSalle leads the series. They've won 5 out of 8, and last year these teams played in Philadelphia, and LaSalle won that one by 12 points, a game in which Sean Bradley got in foul trouble early. Let's compare the teams. Tom, how do they look statistically?
Well, you can see that the BYU is much better from the field, and of course I think that's due to the shot selection, whereas LaSalle's a little more content to come down and throw the three-point field goal opportunity out. Other than that, they're pretty even on the this. It should be a very good ball game, as we talked earlier, Jay, kind of a quick-paced ball game, and a night of the guards.
They score about the same number of games. There's Speedy Morris in his 6th year coaching here at LaSalle University. BYU's coach Roger Reed in his 3rd year.
Speedy Morris was the women's basketball coach at LaSalle before he was able to come up with the men's job here. And of course you saw the winning record here, and it puts him 12th in the NC2A as far as active coaches are concerned. So as you mentioned, Jay, a very good coach and a very good program.
He's always had a winning record no matter where he's coached. We'd like to welcome those watching this telecast tonight on the Sports Channel in Philadelphia. We hope you enjoy the telecast tonight from Provo, Utah. BYU team 17-4 overall. They're tied for first place in the WAC with an 8-3 record. LaSalle is 11-9 overall, and they're tied for second place in their conference. Understand they'll be moving into a new conference next year, Tom.
And they played a very good schedule this year. California, Villanova, Princeton, Notre Dame, Temple. So they play a very competitive schedule, and it was mentioned earlier, always a competitive basketball program.
In a preliminary game tonight, the BYU women defeated Wyoming 68-61, and the BYU women stay in first place in the Western Athletic Conference women's competition. So here we go with the ball game. Trost tips the ball over to Miller, and BYU has it to open the basketball game. There's Heslop on the left side. Now you can see a lot of three-point attempts tonight.
And it looks like the LaSalle Explorers come up in a zone defense.
Trost has it out in front for BYU. Tried to get it inside to Miller, and it was skipped right by him and on out of bounds.
Good idea by Gary Trost to top the key, looking for his teammate underneath here on the low box.
Kind of threw him a bullet. Couldn't handle it.
Well, that same plain pass is a difficult pass to not only catch, but do something with.
Here are the Explorers now. Burke 23. Levers is 24. Or 44, I should say. Hurd. There's Hurd driving inside. His shot blocked by Jared Miller. BYU with the basketball. Nathan Call leading the way over to Heslop. He'll try a three-pointer. It's short, no good. Tipped back into his hands. Out to Nathan Call. He'll try a three-pointer. Too hard, no good. And the Explorers with the basketball. Here we come down. Randy Woods leading the way. And a whistle on the play. He's called with carrying the ball and a dribble.
Little hesitation dribble there on the right side here. They're really looking for the fast break opportunity, but they did not have the number advantage here, and you see the turnover.
So BYU comes back down court. Cougars have put up 2 3-pointers in a hurry, missed them both. BYU is a good three-point shooting team, averages 43%. Heslop tries again, misses, tipped up, no good. And again, LaSalle has the basketball, so they're bombing away against the zone, but so far drawn zeros. Woods, who's very quick, exceptionally quick, with 14.
Sal comes into their passing game now. It's just mostly like the old type of flex here the Air Force Academy runs.
Woods fires one up there and hits it, makes a three-pointer. So Randy Woods, who averages 27 points a game, has the first score of the night. Nathan Call to Miller, to Nixon. He tries a three-pointer. He's got it. Kevin Nixon hits one.
We'll probably have a few of those tonight. You know, earlier in the year, LaSalle Explorers came out and they downed 18 of those against the University of Oregon, which is tied for the tops here this year in the NC2A.
Here's an example of their shooting. Woods, who just hit that one. That's his 211th three-point attempt of the year. That's a career for some guys, Tom. Regular field goal shots. There's a bank shot that's no good. Holland puts it back up and drops it in there.
Very nice offensive rebound, and I tell you, Holland takes up a little room underneath the basket there.
6'8" senior. Here's Nixon driving along a baseline, shoots. It's blocked. Rebound and controlled by LaSalle, leading 5-3, and they have the ball. Paul Burke. There's Woods from way out there. It's short, no good.
You're right, Jay.
That's about a 30-footer. Here's Heslop right down the middle for a layup.
And a beautiful assist. A beautiful assist here by Nathan Call. One dribble, and of course Mark Heslop comes down the middle on the trailer on the fast break opportunity. He's able to get the layup.
Heslop led the BYU team to the win against Air Force Thursday night at Colorado Springs with 4 three-pointers in the second half. Woods has the ball. Nathan Call guarding him. Woods backs away, passes across court to Burke. There's a shot from the sidelines. Short, no good. Trost has the rebound for BYU. Down to Call. Call into forecourt. Numbers advantage. Skip pass down to Nixon for a layup.
And another assist and a beautiful bounce pass here by Nathan Call, reading the defense and able to come up with an easy layup to his teammate Kevin Nixon.
BYU out in front 7-5. As Burke brings it into forecourt against Heslop. Into the middle, his fall-away jumper. Bounces off, no good. Tipped by Trost into the hands of Call, and BYU has possession. Call has 2 assists already. There's a pass down low, but Miller can't hang on to it. Trost saves it. Tips it to Heslop, over to Call, to Nixon for 3. Too hard, no good. Rebound by Paul Burke. BYU has put up 5 three-pointers in this game and made 1 of them. Here's Hurd with a three-pointer. Good, dead center.
Jack Hurd is in line for academic All-American, a fine, fine player, and the second leading scorer on the LaSalle team, averaging 17 points a ball game.
It's 8-7, LaSalle on top. Nixon and Call on the outside against the zone. Into the post to Trost. Fakes. Goes into the middle. It's knocked out of his hands. Controlled by LaSalle. Here they come, 2-on-2. Woods from the top of the circle shoots it. In, back out, no good. Levers comes up with the rebound and he's fouled. For BYU coming into the game will be Russell Larson, their freshman center.
Here's how, look at the last particular foul here. Again, Woods pulls up the trigger. It goes in, it comes out. There you see a good offensive rebound and the reach in here by Miller.
Well,
and you know
they call the foul on Heslop. Here's another foul.
You can see everybody on the Salle Explorers, they've got their role that they play. You see that Burke and Hurd and Wood will come down, take the three-point field goal opportunities, and the two big guys hit the boards.
Now Gary Trost picks up a foul for BYU. Team foul number 2 on the Cougars. And we'll have Milko Lieverst at the free throw line to shoot a couple. Averages 10 points a game. 65% at the free throw line. He had 16 rebounds last year against BYU in the game in Philadelphia. Missed the first one. LaSalle 8, Brigham Young 7, the score in this game. We've played 4 minutes. And this one stays in. It is good first point of the night for Lieverst. So the Cougars are down by 2 and they have the basketball. Nathan Call into forecourt to Trost in the right quarter court. Out to Call. Goes inside. Nice pass down low. Trost shot his block counter. Now a foul is called. Foul on LaSalle.
Nice over-the-top pass. There's a nice pass from Larson to Trost. And again, LaSalle gets to the ball very, very quickly as they swarm into the paint area here. And you see on the rebound attempt, picks up the personal foul.
It's on Bron Holland, first foul of the game on the Explorers. Cougars basketball comes into Heslop.
LaSalle zoning out in front now. The same thing on the out-of-bounds plays.
Call with the ball.
Time.
Heslop, corner right side, fake the shot. Goes back outside to Call and to Trost. Down to Miller. Looking inside to Larson. Now Miller drives, feeds underneath for Trost. The ball is knocked free, loose ball, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll be BYU's ball.
Tell you, Burke very quick to the ball last time, coming in from the weak side here, and that's the reason why you had deflection, and of course the possession now for out of bounds for BYU. But very good team defense by the LaSalle Explorers.
It's a real quickness. There's a lob inside to Larson. His shot is blocked and he's fouled. BYU's so good on the out-of-bounds plays. Here's Nixon coming back in for the Cougars.
Well, the reason they are, Jay, you'll notice that Nathan Call, when he takes the ball out, he's very cognizant of how the defense is positioned here. And if you take your eye off the ball, that's when they get the lob play to their big man in the middle.
Nixon replaces Miller for BYU. The end of the game for LaSalle is Ray Schultz, a 6'9 junior. As the Cougars will send their freshman star, Russell Larson, to the line to shoot 2 with a chance to tie the ball game. He's a good free throw shooter.
Shooting 81% for the year, and as you mentioned, Jay, just a super freshman. I thought he had an outstanding ball game against the Air Force Academy this last Thursday night. Not only offensively, but especially defensively. He does such a great job of intimidating anything in the lane area.
Tie game now, 9-9. LaSalle with the basketball. Burke over the midcourt line. Heslop right with him. Lieverst swings it over the left side to Jack Hurd. There's a drive to Woods down low, and he missed the shot. Tipped up, no good, and picked up underneath by Trost for BYU. Trost down court to Call, so the Cougars have it. As LaSalle missed a great opportunity to score there. Pass inside, deflected, and a loose ball. It's LaSalle with the ball. Over the left side. Can't get the shot to Hurd. He's open for 3. Puts it up. In, back out, no good. Schultz has it down low, and he's fouled as he tries to score by Nixon. Nixon foul number 1 and BYU team foul number 3.
See, that point just illustrated the point I made earlier, Jay. The three-point field goal opportunities, and then the forward and center come to the boards very, very strongly, and of course pick up the personal foul. Now Schultz on line for 2 free throws.
Wrong guy to foul, Tom. He's 15 out of 15 this year. Hasn't missed one. 6'9 junior. It's good. He's hit 16 in a row. Top reserve last year on this team. They got some beef out there on the LaSalle team. 10-9. LaSalle leading. Second shot is good. It's 11-9. The Explorers ahead. The Cougars with the ball. Nathan Call over the midcourt line to Nixon. Back to Call. Now Heslop. Quick passing around the zone. Here's Heslop. Thought he was going to shoot. He did not. Gives to Call. Down the corner to Trost on the right side. Trost out to Call. Nixon, a three-point try. He's got it.
Very good ball movement last time by BYU. And, of course, what BYU is doing is just send Heslip and Nixon cutters through to the baseline here, and that opened up Nixon here on the right wing.
Nixon has 8 of the Cougars' 12 points, and BYU has a 1-point lead. Levers on the side. There's a shot from the corner. Good. Nice shot by Ray Schultz, who has 4.
This is one team, LaSalle. You're going to have to defend the entire passing game because all those people out there can shoot the ball.
Cougars have it, trailing by 1 now. Heslip on the left side. Over to Call. Back to Nixon. They're out on Nixon now. There's Heslip. And Call. Call to Nixon. He's open on the right side. Fires. Got another one. Nixon with 3 3-pointers tonight. And BYU has a 2-point lead. Sanderson waiting to come into the BYU game on the guard line. As Burke forecourts. Goes down the left side. Schultz. Over to Hurd, who shoots from outside. Hard off the rim, no good. Rebound. Wait a minute. Traveling call on LaSalle.
I'll tell you, LaSalle hits those offensive boards, Jay.
Now there's a timeout called with 13 minutes and 17 seconds to play in the first half of this basketball game. It's Brigham Young 15, LaSalle 13.
BYU versus Utah will begin at 7:15.
Bork shifting, moving right in. The shot scored.
Now you can learn superstar hockey skills. Hockey with Roger Nielsen from Atlanta's Video. Roger Nielsen has brought together Dennis Savard, Mike Gartner, Ron Francis, Greg Mills, Doug Wilson, and Ray Bork to improve your game. You'll learn the fundamentals of puck handling and control, the art of deking, passing and receiving like the pros, superstar shooting skills. There's even a detailed section on breakouts and set plays that create breakaway opportunity. Hockey with Roger Nielsen, with freeze frame and slow-mo replays, plus spectacular highlights of the stars in action, and especially priced at just $19.99.
Call toll-free 1-800-453-1500 or send check on money order for $19.99 for each video, plus $4 shipping and handling to Post Office Box 2838-D, Grand Central Station, New York, New York.
BYU 3 out of 7, and LaSalle is 2 out of 7 shooting 3-pointers, Tom. So we got 14 3-point attempts in the first 6.5 minutes of the game.
The thing that's really helped the LaSalle Explorers here, the excellent offensive rebounding. They've been able to come up with the second shot opportunities and results in points for them.
When we get back to the ball game, BYU will have the basketball. Next game for Brigham Young University is right here in the Marriott Center next Thursday night against the University of Utah. And we want to remind our viewers that tip-off time has been changed. It'll be at 7 p.m. So BYU at the ball against full-court pressure, and the pass comes into Sanderson. So they now have 3 guards in the game. They took Trost out.
Yeah, that's, again, just a matchup with the LaSalle, with Burke and Woods and Hurd.
Sanderson on the left side. Down the corner to Nixon. Across to Heslip to Sanderson in the corner. He gets it off to Call. Great defensive pressure by LaSalle right now. Call stumbles but keeps control. Gets it low to Larson. Larson's shot is no good, but he drew a personal foul.
Good team defense by LaSalle, though, isn't it? The ball goes into the low post area here with Larson. He makes a nice little spin movement, but look at the help now. See, good team defense is that the ball comes in, you see you get the double team, but you see they pick up the small foul here on the arm.
It's on Levers, his first foul, third team foul on LaSalle. And it'll put Larson at the line again, where he is 2 out of 2. Cougars with 15 points, 16 now as he makes it. And 11 of them have been scored by Kevin Nixon. Three of his field goals have been 3-pointers.
See, BYU now, with that lineup they have with Call and Heslip, Sanderson, and Nixon, have 4 people capable of hitting the outside shot against the LaSalle Explorers' zone defense.
It's 17-13 BYU with full court pressure. They get it to Levers. He makes a nice bounce pass down low to Schultz, but he can't handle it. It goes out of bounds.
Yeah, they certainly had the number advantage that last time. It was a very good idea by Schultz on the pass attempt.
Cougars have possession. Call setting it up to Nixon. To Heslip in the corner. Out in front to Sanderson. Sanderson swings it to the right side.
See, now you've got a little boxer and chaser. You've got Burke on Call, and then you've got just a regular box zone here by the Salle Explorers.
Well, they go down low to Larson, and Larson gets another foul. He'll get 2 more free throws. Foul is on Levers. That's his second foul. Team foul number 4 on the Explorers. 12:20 to go in the half. Coming into the game for LaSalle is number 31, Blitz Wooten, a 6'7" freshman, and Milko Levers will come out. And we'll see Russell Larson shoot 2 more. He's 4 out of 4 at the line. 5 out of 5. He has all 5 Cougar free throws, and he's made them. The Explorers are 3 of 4 so far. So BYU has a 5-point lead, 18-13. This one down in, comes back out. Nixon almost stole the rebound, however, but the Explorers have it. So the Cougars lead 18-13, and the Explorers have possession. Paul Burke handling the ball to Woods, a 3-point try. In, back out, no good. Rebound Larson, BYU, off to Call. And Nathan sets it up for the Cougars. To the right side. Bounce pass down the corner to Sanderson. He comes out on the dribble, goes inside to Nixon. Nixon is called with travel.
See, the last time down the floor here, LaSalle moved out of that box and chaser zone and then went strictly man-to-man. Doing a nice job of changing up defenses here and keeping BYU off just a little off guard.
Explorers led 13-12. The Cougars have scored 6 unanswered points. Explorers with the basketball. Woods has it. Out to Burke. Burke penetrating. Shoots. Too hard. No good. Rebound Sanderson, BYU. Down to Call, going down the right sidelines. Call to right quarter court. Stops there. Drops it low to Larson. Gets it back to Call in the corner. Fires up a 3-pointer. Shot it too hard. No good. Woods has it. 1-on-2. Woods on the dribble. Call with him. Goes back outside where the 3-pointer is good, and it's made by Jack Hurd, his second 3-pointer of the night.
Wood did a nice job of taking the ball down on the break here, drawing the defense to him, and of course kicking back to his teammate Hurd with a nice 3-point field goal.
Into Kevin Nixon. His shot is blocked. Here come the Explorers. That's Wood against Call. Woods, that is. Goes right by him and has the layup. Nice move.
Beautiful move here by Wood. Notice that little change up, just a little change of pace there, and then took it to the basket very, very strong.
Well, we got a tie game again. It's 18-18. Call, lob flow to Larson. He's there. It's blocked. Blocked by Blitz Wooten. Here come the Explorers. They've got a man out in front. Wooten, and he's fouled hard. Fouled hard by Nixon of BYU. He will not get the field goal. He'll get a couple foul shots over.
What a move there by Wooten. Does a great job of blocking the shot and then hustles down at the floor. Here's a coast-to-coast play. Look at this block. Comes down all ball. Now look at him hustle down right down the middle of the floor. Fills the middle here on the fast break area. Woods hits him with a beautiful pass. BYU slow getting back defensively, and of course picks up the personal foul. Now Wooten's on the line for 2 free throws.
Trost back in the game for BYU. Santiago also in. And Call comes out and Nixon comes out. As Blitz Wooten is at the line to shoot 2 free throws. And he misses the first one. He's a 6'7" freshman. 50% foul shooter. Medical redshirt last year. Young man, they say, is a real jumper.
He just showed it right there, Jake.
He sure did. He makes this one. So the Explorers are now on a 6-point roll. They've scored the last 6 to take a 1-point lead over BYU, 19-18. Heslop to Sanderson on the right side. Out in front to Trost. Out to Santiago. It's a man-to-man defense now.
And BYU's in their passing game.
Larson will drive in the middle, has it stripped away from him. They've got 3 men out in front all alone. There's Woods for the layup, and he scores it. That's 8 straight points scored by the Explorers to lead by 3. We're seeing the quickness they have on defense.
Doing a nice job overplaying the passing lanes. There's another deflection here by Burke. He's got great hands.
Heslop drives underneath, can't get the shot, feeds it to Trost, who can't hang on to the ball, and Woods comes up with it. So the Explorers come down again, leading by 3 right now. Santiago almost stole it from Woods, but Burke came up with a loose ball. Here's Burke with a nice feed to Wooten. He's got another layup.
What a move by Burke. Did a nice job of hitting the lane area here, drawing the defense to him, and a nice bounce pass to his teammate for the basket.
Well, BYU was ahead by 5. Now the Explorers are. And the Cougars have possession. Trost to Heslop. To Trost on the outside. Out to Sanderson. And out to Santiago. This is Larson. Larson back out to Santiago. Puts up a 3-pointer. Too hard. Rebounds his own missed shot in the corner. And he'll shoot it again. And he makes it.
Well, you don't give anybody that type of shot in college 2 times in a row. They're going to down it down. Of course, Santiago the last time was able to set his feet, get a good look at the basket, and comes up with a 3-point field goal.
It's 23-21 LaSalle with 9 minutes to go in the half. Burke has it. They've got a new man. That's number 5, Colombo. Took it down low, kicks it back out to Wooten. Here's Colombo, number 5, 6'7" freshman. Here's Burke shooting from outside. Misses. Tipped up once. Woods has it. And Woods travels. BYU's ball.
Again, LaSalle doing an excellent job after the shot is taken, hitting the offensive board, and Wooden just keeps the ball alive here. Woods comes down with possession here, but results in the turnover as he picks up the pivot foot.
Larson comes out, and Jared Miller back in for BYU. Cougars trail by 2. They have the basketball. Sanderson to Miller. Miller tries to get a low to Trost, and it's knocked out of bounds. Nope. One official overrules. The other one will give it to LaSalle.
Of course, the trail official had a better angle on the play, and of course, that's why he overruled that particular play.
Jeff Neubauer comes into the game for LaSalle, a 6'4" junior. On the dribble is Neubauer against Heslop. And works it into forecourt. Now to Schultz. Over to Burke. Colombo. Colombo throws it away. Pass a little too tall for Burke. If it had been a better pass, it would have been a layup.
And again, a pretty good read by Colombo because he's doing a nice job handling the ball at the top of the key and reading the defense.
Jack Hurd comes back into the game for LaSalle. So the Cougars have possession. Santiago to Sanderson. Out to Heslop. Top of the circle jumper. Good. A 3-pointer by Mark Heslop. That is his first 3-pointer of the night. He has 5, and the BYU team leads by a point, 24-23. And the Explorers get it in forecourt. Wooten on the outside. Over to Burke. Burke fires from outside. Short, no good. Loose ball inside, comes back out to Burke. There's Hurd. Hurd's fall-away jumper. Rolls over the top, no good. And a foul is called on Jared Miller of BYU on the rebound.
Kind of a tough call here for Miller. Hurd does a nice job of spotting up with the shot. Comes off to the right of the board here. And there you see the personal foul by Miller, and it was a good call because Miller was looking for the body contact, and he got it.
Milko Levers comes back into the game for the LaSalle team. Have the ball, they get it into Levers. Cougars leading by a point, 24-23. That foul on Miller was his first, team foul number 5 on BYU. Into Hurd, over to Wooten from the baseline. Nice shot. Blitz Wooten with his 5th point.
I tell you, LaSalle does a great job of making that one extra pass that gives them that better shot.
Cougars down by a point and have possession. Santiago is fouled. The foul is on Randy Woods, his first foul. 15 fouls. Now we'll have a timeout call. With 7 minutes left to go in the first half of this game. It's Brigham Young and let's see, LaSalle 25. Brigham Young has 24. So we've got a 1-point basketball game right now with the Explorers on top.
Baseball fans, don't miss the new series, Baseball's Greatest Games.
Gibson swings and a fly ball to deep right field. This is going to be a home run. Unbelievable! A home run for Gibson. I don't believe what I just saw.
Baseball's Greatest Games will bring you the most amazing performances, along with the most incredible victories.
Greg Nettles, and look at those Yankees.
Plus, all the glory of the World Series. Baseball's Greatest Games isn't just highlights, it's the complete game. When the baseball season ends, Baseball's Greatest Games begins. Each week, a different baseball classic.
There it goes, a long drive. If it stays fair, home run.
important game being played in the WAC tonight over in Fort Collins, where Utah is now leading Colorado State 19-14. If Utah wins that game, they would be tied with Brigham Young in the WAC at 8-3 when the two teams play next Thursday, and they could either be in first or second.
Big ball game there, and also a big ball game up in Laramie, Wyoming, where New Mexico University playing the Cowboys. And of course, if the Cowboys are able to win, that puts New Mexico down a game.
That's right. Each team has had a 5-point lead in this game. Shooting-wise, LaSalle 39%, BYU 41%. Right now, LaSalle has a 1-point lead. Santiago to Heslop. Top of the circle jumper. In, back out, no good. Levers has the rebound for the Explorers.
Good job by Levers. Didn't have the angle on the pass. Waits.
Here's Woods for three. Got it. So Randy Woods, who's exceptionally quick, has his 10th point. And it's 28-24. LaSalle leading, BYU at the ball. Santiago working to the right, out to Heslop. Over to Sanderson. Sanderson, a three-point try. It went straight in the air and dropped. It's good. Well, they got the bounce that time.
They call the BYU bounce, Jay.
Sure is. First score of the night for Sanderson, and it's a 1-point game again. Cougars with great full-court pressure, and they force a turnover.
Great job defensively by Heslop and Santiago. Again, Neuhauser just had Neubauer had no place to go. You got to get the angle on the inbounds pass.
Well, Santiago tips it off his foot.
It's a good overplay by the strong arm. And then you see the left hand, it goes off the number 12 Converse.
BYU 6 of 12. LaSalle 4 of 12. And who got that one, Tom?
That was Sanderson. Again, on the out-of-bounds play, they go to sleep there. A nice pick.
Sanderson with 5, and the Cougars lead by 1.
It's the thing with BYU. They get a lot of points off their out-of-bounds play underneath. You've already seen the lob play, and we've seen that last little pick there. What a shot by Hurd.
Hurd has 3 three-pointers in this game. 9 points, and the Cougars trail by 2, 31-29. Sanderson to call to Miller to Heslop. So BYU has possession. Into Sanderson, his turnaround jumper. Over the top, no good. Rebound, LaSalle, they're on the run. Hurd down the left side, back to Woods. Woods kicks into the middle over to Neubauer. This is Lieberst. Good quick passing.
Well, I'll tell you, LaSalle does a great job of looking for their scores, too. They want the ball in Woods' hand and also Hurd's hand for that three-point field goal opportunity.
He has it right now.
Nice job of kicking off. That was a great play, Hurd. Yep. Again, drove the seam here, drew the defense to him. There you see Woods in the right corner for the open shot.
Woods has 3 three-pointers. The BYU team trails by 5 with 5 minutes left to play in this first half. Cougars with the basketball. Miller to Trost. Trost back outside to call. Down low to Jared Miller. Jared's turnaround shot rolls in. Jared Miller's first score.
Again, a nice assist by Nathan Call. Again, LaSalle Explorers playing right behind Miller here, and it actually had a pretty good shot. All he had to do is turn and square up to the basket.
34-31 as Neubauer gets it into forecourt. Knight waiting to come in for the Cougars. They go into the middle, down to the baseline where a jumper's good by Blitz Wooten.
Nice interior pass here by Lieberwurst to Wooten.
Wooten has 7 points. Cougars with the basketball. Sanderson on the left side. Over to Call. BYU trailing by 5, 36-31. Heslop to Trost on a high post. LaSalle's made their last 5 shots in this game. There's Trost into the middle, over to Call. Call drives, puts it up and scores.
Beautiful ball move by BYU from the outside, went down inside, kicked it back out. Actually, Call had the shot from the corner, Jay, but decided to take the baseline drive here and was able to get the basket.
36-33 LaSalle with 3:48 left in the first half of the game. The Explorers have it. Neubauer. Nice bounce pass down low, but the shot is an air ball. And we're going to get a rebounding foul on the Explorers.
Looks like the personal foul is on Hurd trying to come up with the offensive rebound.
On Jack Hurd, it'd be his first foul of the night, team foul number 6. Heslop comes out of the game for BYU. And Knight comes in. So they go back. So who are the guards then? Oh, Sanderson and Call.
Little guards through now. Back to the high post. Forwards will pin down. Try to post up the floor. There it is right there, Jake.
And it's Jared Miller who missed the shot. But Trost has it inside for a follow-through.
Nice job of getting offensive rebound position on the baseline. Comes up with the 2 points.
First basket of the night for Trost, the Cougars' leading scorer with a 14-point average. 36-35. Explorers. Nice pass down low to Levers. It's blocked by Miller, goes out of bounds.
He not only got blocked, Jay, he got fouled on that last particular play.
I think he would agree with you.
Yeah. Here's the shot here. Trost does a nice job with a long arm, goes up strong, gets the basket. Here, now watch the foul. There's the arm right there by Sanderson. He gets away with one right there.
It was not on Miller. It was on Sanderson reaching in. Here's Woods firing from outside. He's got it. Oh, boy, what a shooter he is. He has 4 3-pointers in this game. Has 16 points already. So the Cougars trail by 4 and have the basketball with 2:44 to play in the first half. Sanderson to Knight on the left side.
Now we have LaSalle back in that zone defense.
Here's Call driving inside, feeding Miller. Miller's turnaround banker's in there.
And I guess a very nice read here by Nathan Call, finding Miller here on the weak side floor, is able to get the easy basket. That must be 4 or 5 assists already for Nathan Call the first half, Jay.
39-37. Cougars are getting out rebounded, 12-10 right now. Levers has it. Over to Woods. Woods so quick. Bounced it off his foot as he got in the middle, and Jared Miller comes up with a loose ball. Over to Call. Call down the right side. Skip pass across to Sanderson. Sanderson starts inside. Can't. Goes back out to Call. Over to Knight. Knight gets it to Trost with a bouncer. To Knight inside, and he scores.
Great pass by Trost and a very nice penetration to the basket by Shane Knight.
That ties it up at 39. With 1:38, we've got a timeout called by LaSalle. They call time with 1:37 to go, and the score tied 39-39. And Tom, it could go like this right down to the end.
Well, I think it will, Jay. Both teams are shooting fairly well now. And here's that last particular play. Look at nice pass to Trost. And what Trost does not have the shot. Now Shane goes through on the drive. He's able to catch it, gather himself, kind of nice through the seam of the defenders here and gets the basket. But both teams are looking for the outside shot, and both teams are doing a very good job on the boards.
Cougars 14 of 27. The Explorers 14 of 30. 3-pointers, BYU's got 6 out of 12. LaSalle now 7 of 15. And let's see, rebounding, LaSalle has 18 to BYU's 12.
But all those 18, they must have at least 7 of those are offensive rebounds.
Well, we're all tied up, 39-39 for Brigham Young University. The next game for the Cougars will be against Utah next week, next Thursday night. And that's a 7 o'clock game. See, LaSalle's next game is at home on the 19th against St. Peter's at the Civic Center. Here's a score. Utah 27, CSU 23, with 7.5 to go in the first half. And Air Force is leading UTEP 29-28 with 2:20 to go in the half. Hear that, Tom?
That's not so surprising because Air Force plays very well at home. Nice backdoor pass was a little long, but Woods is able to come up with a nice catch and the basket.
He's got to be one of the quickest guards I've ever seen, Tom.
Well, he's a player, and of course he doesn't average 27 points for not being a player. He's got a very good team, and like I mentioned earlier, very good roles that each play. They got an easy layup right there. Just jumped right up and over Nathan Call here for the basket.
So Woods scores again. He has 20 points here in the first half of the ball game. It's a 4-point game with a minute to play in the half. Cougars have it to Call to Santiago and to Miller. Outside to Trost, over to Santiago. Inside to Knight, and he's fouled.
Now here comes in here over the top here, picks up the personal foul.
On Hurd, foul number 2.
Here's a nice outlet pass by Holland. And again, just shows the athletic ability here of Woods. Jumps right up and over Call for the easy layup.
Nixon will come back in for BYU. And Jared Miller will come out. So for BYU, Shane Knight will be at the free throw line. I think he'll shoot 1 and 1. That was a 7th-team foul on LaSalle. No good. Hurd has the rebound, so the Cougars trail by 4 with less than a minute to play in the first half of the ball game. It's 43-39. Here's Woods working down the right side. Starts a drive. He's checked. Goes back out to Burke. Burke dribbles towards the right side. They've got everybody out near the free throw line right now.
Yeah, what they're doing is Burke and Wood are handling the ball exclusively, and of course if they get any trouble, then they'll bring people out. But they're going to get something here for Wood or Burke.
Burke handling the ball right now. Santiago on him. Dribbles to the left side. 10 on the shot clock. This is Woods.
Nice pass.
And it's Burke who shoots it, and he misses it. But it comes back inside for the Explorers for a layup, with Ron Holland getting it. And that'll end the first half of the ball game, with the LaSalle Explorers leading the BYU Cougars by a score of 45-39. Tom, quick comment.
Well, again, Wood and Burke for the LaSalle Explorers doing a good job of creating a lot of scoring opportunities for their teammates. It was evidence that last particular play. Wood was double teamed, finds Burke in the corner here. He finds his teammate underneath the basket. An extra pass is the reason why that LaSalle is open up this time here, 45-39.
That's the big lead of the ball game. A 6-point lead for the Explorers at halftime. We'll be back in just a moment.
Some easy points for the LaSalle Explorers.
Individually, the scoring leaders in the game for the LaSalle Explorers and for the BYU Cougars. Kevin Nixon has 11 for BYU, and then there are 3 players with 5 each. Nixon got most of his early in the basketball game. He has 3 3-pointers in this game, and Randy Woods has 20 points at halftime, and he has hit 4 3-pointers in the ball game. He's a great scorer. Here are a few highlights from the first half of the basketball game. Tom?
Well, here's Nathan Cald coming inside here. You see the nice block shot here by Wooten. And again, Hurd does a nice job of getting the rebound outlet very, very quick. And of course, Woods is just a little change of pace. And of course, is able to fly by Nathan Call for the easy basket.
And here's another one. This is BYU on the attack. And it's Call penetrating.
So he kicks over here to Jared Miller. Jared does a nice job of spinning to the outside and glancing it right off the glass. Here's a Burke from the side here now. Trost comes down with the outlet. Moves out to the left wing. And again, now Call, watch this bounce pass. The only pass that can actually get in. And there you find Nixon coming in from the right side, doing a nice job of following the fast break pattern in for the easy basket.
Okay, we're a couple minutes away from the second half with LaSalle out in front, 45-39.
Who does Prism have for you in '92? Woody Allen, Charles Barkley, Chevy Chase, Robert De Niro, Danny Glover, Wayne Gretzky, Peter Falk, Hersey Hawkins, Dennis Hopper, Angelica Houston, Karl Malone, Steve Martin, Demi Moore, Robert Redford, Barbara Streisand, Rick Tocchet, Robin Williams, James Worthy. Each and every month, the superstars come to life on Prism. Call your cable company and get a better variety of superstars. Get Prism today.
Hi, I'm Sandy, and I just got to tell you about this great music offer I just received. It's called Greatest Original Oldies, and it's just packed with fabulous songs from the 50s and 60s.
See you later, alligator.
Here's the music offer you've been waiting for. Greatest Original Oldies. A special collector's edition of 36 #1 oldies hits by the original artists. You'll get
Beethoven, I gotta hear it again today. Where are you, little star?
I'm so crazy about this music, and this special offer has all the songs you remember.
Eddie, my love, there is a rose in Spain.
only through this special TV offer can you get Greatest Original Oldies for the incredible low price of $19.98 for the giant cassette set or $24.98 for the compact discs.
So if you love 50s and 60s music like I do, you just gotta get Greatest Original Oldies. What are you waiting for? Here's how to order.
Call toll-free 1-800-452-4300 or send $19.98 for the cassettes or $24.98 for the compact discs to Greatest Original Oldies, P.O. Box 210, Little Ferry, New Jersey. Please include $4 for postage and handling.
Okay, about ready to go the second half. LaSalle will have the ball in the alternate possession rule. At halftime in the WAC, Colorado State leads Utah 37-36. And UTEP leads Air Force at halftime 34-33, according to the report we have, although they announced to the crowd here that Air Force was ahead 43-34. But I really believe that UTEP's ahead by a point at halftime, and CSU is also ahead of Utah by a point at halftime. So here we go at the second half. Teams looks like they're starting the same 5 that started the game for each squad.
It's a very quick-paced game too, Jay. We've only had 13 free throws the first 20 minutes by both teams.
A quick jumper from outside is over the top, no good, and Trost has the missed shot as Jack Hurd put one up in a hurry, and here comes BYU. Trost in front of the circle. Over to Heslop on the left side. Down low, intercepted, intended for Miller. Intercepted by Hurd, he hits Woods. Woods sets and shoots a three-pointer and buries it. Nobody between he and the basket. He just pulled up and shot it in there. He's got 23 points. And now it's a 9-point lead, 48-39. And BYU down. They have not lost a game at home this year, but LaSalle has the advantage right now.
And LaSalle doing a very good job defensive. You notice how they do not come out on the big man at the top of the key. There's Woods with a nice steal. You know, he looks like his legs kind of bother him. He's kind of limping here, but he's having such a great night that, hey, he wants Coach Morris to keep him in the ball game.
Well, he just took that one right out of the hands of Jared Miller, took it all the way down, and he's hobbling at halftime.
Great steal right there, and he is all alone on the side, the half court of his own.
He's got 25 points. It's now 50-39 LaSalle, 19 minutes to play.
If you want to see Charles Barkley rumble with Karl Malone, James Worthy, Hakeem Olajuwon, Chris Mullen, Clyde Drexler, Danny Manning, and Sean Kemp, you need Prism. No other channel on TV has these players in these games against Barkley and the Sixers. So if you thought you had all the sports you need, but you don't have Prism, you'd better think again. Call your cable company and order Prism, because if you don't have Prism, you're missing the best players in the NBA. Who does Prism have for you in '92? Woody Allen, Annette Bening, Jacqueline Bisset, Chevy Chase, Robert De Niro, Danny Glover, Peter Falk, Barbara Hershey, Dennis Hopper, Angelica Houston, Steve Martin, Demi Moore, Robert Redford, Barbara Streisand, Jason Robart, Teresa Russell, Robin Williams. Each and every month, the superstars come to life on Prism. Call your cable company and get a better variety of superstars. Get Prism today.
BYU with 9 turnovers in the game, and 2 of them came within less than a minute here in the second half and led to a couple of quick scores. So the Cougars with the ball, Trost out in front, to Heslop, to Nixon, to Miller, over to Call. Call's pass intended for Trost is batted away, but Call comes up with it.
Excellent defense by LaSalle. Very good pressure.
Trost into Miller, over to Call. Call shoots from outside. Hard off the rim, no good. Rebound LaSalle. They get it out to Woods.
Oh, what a nice pass, and what a beautiful play by Burke. Coming down with the rebound, getting rid of the ball before he actually hit the floor. And LaSalle gets an easy fast break at the other end. Very unselfish. That was textbook right there.
Here's Nixon for 3. In, back out, no good, and great blocking out by the Explorers. They have the basketball. They've scored the first 7 points of the second half and to build up a 13-point lead over BYU. Burke has it. Into the middle, Lieberst. He shoots and misses. Whistle, he's called with traveling. Santiago and Sanderson will come in for BYU in the guard line, and Heslop and Call will come out. So it's 52-39, and the Cougars getting outplayed before the home crowd tonight. Next game for BYU will be right here next Thursday night against the University of Utah. Nixon has the ball on the sidelines for the Cougars. They haven't scored in the second half. To Miller, inside to Trost. The pass actually is bounced too low for him. He couldn't handle it as a turnover. Cougars will make another change. Larson waiting to come in the game. Right now the Explorers with the ball, and a 3-point try. Oh, wow. Jack Hurd bombs away. He's got it. He has 4 of them in this game. It is 55-39.
The 2 big inside people for LaSalle do such a great job of spying their teammates.
There's Nixon for the Cougars answering. Kevin with a 3-pointer in his 14th point of the game to make it 55-42.
I'll tell you one thing, Jay. Wood and Hurd have the green light out there anytime they want it.
As soon as they get over the midcourt line, I believe.
Well, they've got the shot. It's theirs.
There's Wood into the middle. The ball knocked out of his hands. They save it before it goes out of bounds. Back down low to Wood. Wood shoots and misses under pressure from Nixon. And the Cougars get it. And the crowd really comes to life. Here's Santiago. Santiago to Miller. Miller lays it in. Good
Nice
feed from
play.
Santiago.
It certainly was. Give Miller the ball right at the right time, so he's able to just swing in there and get the easy layup.
It's 55-44 as the Cougars get 5 straight points. And now the LaSalle team calls timeout.
It's a good timeout by LaSalle because BYU had a little momentum here.
Here's the attendance tonight, 19,227. And here's that last score by BYU. Watch this.
Look where he just gives the pass just at the right time, so he gets his rhythm and range, lays it in, the easy basket, and a very smart defensive move here by LaSalle, not picking up the personal foul and putting Miller on the line for the possibility of three-point play.
LaSalle's made 4 of their last 6 field goal attempts. They came out and scored the first 10 points of the second half. Now BYU's come back to score the next 5, and it's 55-44. Saw a little intensity from Santiago out on the court. He helped turn things around a bit.
Yeah, he did a nice job of taking the ball down the floor very aggressively, and again locating his teammate for the easy layup.
So it's 55-44, but look at the three-point shooting.
Well, that's a good example of the three-point shooting, while we haven't seen too many people on the free throw line tonight. And it's been for a quicker paced, more enjoyable game.
Let's see. LaSalle with 9 and BYU 7. 16 three-pointers have been made. LaSalle shoots 36% as far as three-pointers. BYU 43%. But LaSalle had scored about 80 more three-pointers than BYU. They had one game this year, Tom, where they scored 18 three-pointers against Oregon.
Yeah, against Oregon. And of course, it was mentioned last ball game for LaSalle. They had 43 three-point field goal opportunities.
Now the crowd's really pumped up. Paul Burke has the ball against Sanderson. Burke works down the left side. Out to Holland, and the crowd noise is kind of deafening right now. Hurd working on the right. Out to Burke. To Schultz. To Hurd, it goes into the middle, lays it up underhanded. Foul call on BYU before the shot.
Schultz did a nice job of taking the drive to the basket, through the seam, and then he picks up the personal foul. Pretty good ball movement last time here by LaSalle.
That's the first foul of the second half on either team.
See, here's the ball movement. Now right down the middle. That should have been a shooting foul right there, Jay.
I think you're right. Burke has the basketball. Over to Hurd, three-point try. Over the top, no good. Holland muscles it back in.
Offensive rebound by Holland.
Holland was 6. He averages 6. 57-44, LaSalle. The Explorers leading. Cougars with the ball. Nixon has it. Down low to Trost. And Trost he missed the shot, but he was fouled. They changed the offense a bit right there and isolated down low. Trost one-on-one.
Yeah, what they did to get a blind pick from the weak side, and Trost is able to get the shot. Kenya, pretty good defense here by LaSalle as they come up here, and Trost didn't really have that good field goal opportunity from underneath the basket.
The foul is at number 34, Schultz. That's his first foul. No one in any real foul trouble on the LaSalle team. For BYU, Nixon has 3. He's the only one. So Trost will shoot a couple. Now averaging 62% from the free throw line. The BYU team's leading scorer. But he has only 2 points tonight. Make it, nope, it's out of there. I thought it was down in. 57-44, LaSalle with just under 16 to go in the ball game. Ready again. This one's good by Trost.
A full court pressure by BYU. Looks like a little 1-2-1-1.
They get it back to Woods. They double on him. He gets it across to Burke. Burke to midcourt to Woods. There's a pass underneath, and a paper airplane is thrown onto the court. So they'll give the ball to LaSalle out of bounds.
And that kind of hurt LaSalle here because it looked like they had a pretty good fast break opportunity.
Taking it out, now there could be a warning to the crowd. Jack Hurd, for those of you watching in the Philadelphia area, that seldom happens here. Look at the rebounding. LaSalle twice as many. Holland down to Hurd from the corner. He's got a three-pointer.
And again, Holland does a great job of spotting his teammate in the corner. One of the things we mentioned earlier in the first half, and I think we've got to mention it here again in the second half, this team here, LaSalle, does a great job of knowing their roles. Holland and Lee Wurst did a nice job of finding their teammates.
Trost is fouled. Well, for Hurd, he has 5 three-point field goals in this game. Let's see, he was an academic All-America player for their team, and he averages 42% from outside. That foul was on number 23. That's Burke, his first foul. BYU with the ball, comes into Sanderson. Sanderson to Santiago. Out to Sanderson. Over to Shane Knight, who just got into the game. Here's Larson faking, and is fouled as he tries to put one up. Fouls number 51, Bron Holland. Number 2 on him. Number 3 in this half. The Salle team has some great basketball tradition, Tom.
Well, you go back to Tom Gola, and again, they play in the Philadelphia area. You play basketball in Philadelphia area, the schools, you're a player.
It was not a shooting foul, so the Cougars get it out of bounds in a common foul. 15 minutes left to play in the ball game. LaSalle up by 15 points. Knight at quarter court on the right side. Over to Trost. Trost drives into the middle, and see which way the foul will go. Be a blocking foul on LaSalle.
And that kind of raises some question here from the LaSalle bench here. Let's take a look. Does he have position? Yes, he does.
Like it, yeah. Let's see, the foul is... Now, the foul up on the board is on Jack Hurd. If that's the case, then they called the foul before the contact occurred, Tom. Because it was Holland that he ran into. But up on the board, we have the foul there on Jack Hurd, which would be his third.
The officials are still congregating. They're trying to come up with a call. The one official said they're going to give him 2 shots.
There will be 2 shots coming. That's the indication, but I'm not sure. According to the scoreboard, still the foul was on Hurd. So here's Trost at the line. He misses the first one. 60 to 45.
You got to get up on that line. You got to concentrate.
Trost, the 6'10 junior for BYU. Here's Trost ready. Zeroes in this time and makes it.
Just the full court pressure by LaSalle.
Well, they get it to Woods, and Woods is into forecourt. Woods over to Hurd, and he'll shoot it right away. He misses one. Knight rebounds for BYU over to Santiago. They're on the run. Santiago to Sanderson from the corner. Too hard, no good. And it hit the top of the bankboard, top of the support. It'll be in for
LaSalle.
14-point lead.
BYU's got that little press here, but I'll tell you, LaSalle's doing a great job of breaking it.
Well, they get it to Woods at midcourt again. Woods out to Hurd, over to Burke. Now they'll run the offense with 14 and a half to play in the ball game. There's Hurd in the corner, but he didn't shoot this time. Woods does. Woods misses. Trost, the BYU rebounder. Cross court to Santiago. And Santiago walking across the line for the BYU Cougars. Gives to Knight. Out to Trost. Cross court to Santiago. Shoots. Misses. Knight tips it in. Shane Knight.
Nobody put a body on Shane Knight. He was able to come up with the easiest shot of the night.
60 to 48. And again, they break the press easily. Woods almost threw it away. Now it's knocked out of bounds. It'll be in for the LaSalle team as Levers will come back in. Boy, Woods that time missed a wide open player with a skip pass and almost threw it away.
Yeah, the pass to Schultz, he does a nice job of not trying to come up with the ball.
Tommy was out of bounds.
Yep.
He was out of bounds when he touched the basketball. There's a missed shot by Woods on a collision underneath, and the Cougars get it. Santiago over the midcourt line to Shane Knight from outside. He hit a three-pointer. And it's suddenly a 9-point ball game. Here come the Explorers. They break the press, but don't take a shot. 60 to 51 with 13:26 to play in the game. And the crowd really getting crazy. Here's Burke firing from outside, missing. Loose ball picked up by Sanderson for BYU. So the Cougars have possession, and they can narrow it to a 7 or a 6-point game.
Sal stays in the man-to-man defense.
LaSalle came out and got the first 10 points of this half. Now BYU trying to battle back. Knight's pass is intercepted. Right idea. Larson was there, but it was intercepted by Schultz. Here's Woods, kicking it back out to Hurd for a three-pointer, and he misses it. But Levers rebounds to Burke. Over to Woods. He fires. He makes it.
Great ball movement, and again, they look for those two men, Woods and Hurd, on the outside for the perimeter shot.
28 points for Woods, and it's back up to a 12-point lead. 63-51. Shane Knight on the sidelines. Out to Santiago. We have 12:20 left in the ball game. Santiago to Knight. Over to Sanderson from the corner. He fires it. He hits it. So Sanderson gets a three-pointer to give him 8. And it's 63-54. Shane Knight bats a pass back out of bounds.
Shane Knight's so quick and got those long arms here. And, of course, the last time he was able to come up on Schultz and get the deflection out of bounds.
Here's Nathan Call back in for BYU. Santiago out. Kevin Nixon will come back in. Wooten coming in for LaSalle. And coming out is Schultz. Nixon comes in and Shane Knight comes out. LaSalle 2 of their last 7 now as they cooled off a bit. Some of it's defensive pressure from BYU.
Oh, yeah, I'll say it is.
Here's Burke on the dribble into forecourt. Over to Woods. There's the shot. Good by Hurd. Jack Hurd hits another one.
This is a clinic tonight LaSalle's putting on as far as the three-point field goal opportunities.
He's got 6 of them. He has 20 points. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be BYU's ball.
Trost was all alone here. Pretty good help from Burke coming over here, leaving his man. Just put a little kind of pressure here. Trost missed a layup here, and they're very fortunate to even get the ball out of bounds.
Jack Hurd out of the game. LaSalle leading by 12. There's a pass into Trost, and Trost is fouled by Levers, trying to stop him from getting the pass. On Levers, number 3. That's the 15th foul on the Explorers. In the second half, Jared Miller back into the game, and Gary Trost comes out. So BYU will have the ball. They trail by 12. Nathan Call takes it out. Into Sanderson. Sanderson to Call. Here's Nixon. Inside to Sanderson. Whirling. Puts up the shot. It rolls in. And I think he was fouled.
Certainly was. Now he has the opportunity to pick up the three-point play. And Sanderson did a marvelous job here of posting up on the low box, spinning to the middle. Here's a look. Nice pass from the inside. Nice drop step in between the seam of the defenders. Lays up against the glass, gets the roll. Now is the opportunity to finish off the three-point play. Here's another look.
Sanderson's bucket was good.
See the reach in there by Wood.
On Woods, it's his second foul. That's the 16th foul in the Explorers this half, and Sanderson makes it. He has 11 tonight. LaSalle with the ball, BYU pressing, but they break the press. Paul Burke has it. Now a 9-point LaSalle lead. Down to Colombo, who just got in there. Colombo out to Woods. Woods fall-away jumper, no good. Tipped into the corner and out of bounds. It'll be in for LaSalle.
Good pressure here by Nathan Call on Wood that last shot. He just he did not have a good look at the basket.
There are the three-pointers. LaSalle 12. Cougars 9. 21 of them have been made in this game. Burke with the basketball to Colombo. Back to Burke. Here's Woods for 3. Overshot the basket. Tipped high in the air, and Jared Miller muscles it down for BYU. To Nathan Call. Here come the Cougars. Nathan Call on the outside to Larson. Over to Nixon. So BYU trying to get within 7. Here's Call. Drive in the middle. Lays it in there.
Nice job of driving the seam here. That's what you have to do. Of course, they're looking for the outside game for Call.
4 points. And Sanderson fouls him in backcourt. On Sanderson, his first foul.
Here's that last play by Call. Drives right in the middle here. Careful not to draw any contact. A little semi-running hook shot. Gets the basket.
Only the second team foul on BYU. BYU made 5 field goals in a row. They're down by 9 with 10.5 to play in this basketball game. Burke. Over to Woods. Woods to the baseline. Shot is blocked by Larson, And a foul call on Woods.
And I'll tell you, that upsets LaSalle because I'll tell you, Woods got fouled on the last particular shot. He tries to get his own rebound and picks up the personal foul. So he takes the baseline here. There's the bump of the body and also the foul on the arm. No call.
Well, on Woods, it's his third foul. That's his 7th team foul on the Explorers, and BYU will send Russell Larson to the line, a very good foul shooter, shooting 1-1.
Here you see Coach Morris pleading his case.
Larson makes it, his 6th point of the game. It's 66-60.
He's not happy. That's for sure he's not happy. He felt he got jobbed on the last particular call.
Good again. So the Cougars narrow the lead, 66-61.
Now we've got a little riff here now between the two coaching staffs. They're upset with the officiating. Speedy Morris is. And you see the coaching staff from both schools here doing a little jawing at each other.
Well, there was some confusion as to whether or not timeout had been called. The BYU team came over the sidelines, but timeout had not been called. They quickly got him back out there. Hurd is also back in the game for the Explorers, and the game now is a 66-61 ball game. Here's Woods with the basketball. He drives, he shoots, and he scores, and he was fouled.
What a shot by Woods.
Boy, that's answering the bell when you need something.
Certainly is. He cleared the side of the floor for him here. He took 2 dribbles here, laid against the glass. 1, 2, jump.
Fouls on Sanderson, his 2nd.
Great angle on the glass, gets the opportunity now to finish off the 3-point play and kind of take the crowd out of the particular ball game at this point.
That's his 30th point, Tom. He averages 27.1, the 6-foot senior. His high game of the year, 42. And he makes the free throw. It's his first free throw of the night. BYU on the attack. They're down by 8 now. Down low to Larson. Larson's shot is blocked. And a foul call on Jared Miller of BYU. On Miller, number 2. 3rd team foul.
Boy, I don't know about that last call, Jay. It looked like Larson, I mean, you're not going to shoot the ball that far over the basket unless you get some type of pressure.
Sure not.
A personal foul on Miller here, and again, the full court pressure by BYU.
Woods gets it, goes into the middle to Wooten. His shot is blocked by Larson, and a foul call.
A great pass by Wood, but the thing is, it's amazing, Jay. The call was made by the official away from the ball. Looked like Larson. Let's take a look now. Does he get all ball, or is there some contact?
I don't know.
Let's take a look at the other angle.
He got the basketball. On Larson, his first foul. Team foul number 5 on BYU this half. And Wooten made that first free throw. That's his 8th point of the night. It's back up to a 9-point lead. He misses this one. Russell Larson clears it for the Cougars. Over to Call. Call down the left side to Larson. Over to Nixon. Out in front to Sanderson. That's Nixon on the sidelines. Dribbles into the middle. Lays it up and in there left-handed. It'll count, and he was fouled. Nixon was 16 tonight.
Nixon does a nice job of reversing the pivot foot, dropping the ball on the deck with the left hand, going in, actually forcing a little contact out before here. And again, LaSalle wonders where the foul came from.
Foul is called on number 44, Levers. That's his 4th foul. And it's the 8th team foul on the Explorers in the second half. And Nixon, one of the better free throw shooters in the BYU team, makes it. Nixon with 17 points. He's the leading scorer in the game for the Cougars. It is 70-64 as Woods forecourts for the Explorers. Jumper from the top of the circle, short, no good, but Hurd rebounds. Back out to Woods, over to Burke.
They're so quick to the ball.
Hurd way out there, misses. Sanderson tips it into the corner and gets it for BYU. Down to Call. Call driving to the right side to the baseline. Out to Larson. Larson goes into the middle. It bounced out of there. I said he had it. but it bounced back out. Tough luck shot. That could have made it a 4-point ball game. It's 70-64 LaSalle with 8:40 to play in this ball game. Burke and Wooten on the outside. Here's Hurd. Hurd gives to Holland. Out to Burke. Burke fires one. It's short. No good. Rebound by Nixon for BYU, and he's fouled. Fouls on number, I think it's on Hurd.
Yes, it was on Hurd. There's that last shot by Burke. A little short. Comes over here on the right side, and you see Hurd comes over here, picks up the personal foul.
So coming to the line for BYU will be Nathan Call.
Yes.
That was on Hurd. It's his 4th, but the scoreboard clock listed on Burke. Burke wasn't even there, was he?
No. In fact, Burke's the one that took the shot.
Yeah. It'll be Nixon at the line for BYU to shoot 1 and 1. He's made his only free throw of the game. He misses. Free ball in the middle. Jared Miller comes up with it for the Cougars, and he is fouled. So BYU will be at the line to shoot 2 now, as that's the 10th foul of the game.
See, here's the shot. It comes off long. The mad scramble here. Miller comes up with it. There you see Wooten picks up the personal foul.
Knight is in the game, replacing Nixon for BYU. 8:23 to play. LaSalle ahead by 6. And it's Sanderson going to the line for the Cougars. He'll shoot 2.
How did he come up with it?
No, now they'll bring Jared Miller out. All right.
I was wondering.
Miller will shoot 2.
Shoots 44%.
Well, he makes this one. Gives it 7. It's a 5-point ball game. 70-65 LaSalle. That last foul was on Wooten. That's his first foul of the night. Jared Miller makes it again. So the Cougars keep cutting into that 16-point lead. They narrow it now down to a 4-point lead, and there's a timeout called. With 8:23 left to play in the ball game, LaSalle 70, BYU 66.
It's 1941, and baseball legends Ted Williams and Joe DiMaggio are setting records that still stand today. Now, to commemorate the 50th anniversary of these outstanding sports achievements, Romart proudly presents The Streak and the 406. From the studio of internationally renowned artist Armand Lamontagne, a limited edition each of 1,941 lithographs, individually signed and numbered by Mr. Lamontagne, are now being made available to you. Collectibles that you'll be proud to own and display. Collectibles that we are so sure will increase in value that we'll buy back your lithograph at any time for the original price. To own your piece of sports history, here's how to order.
Call 1-800-967-6636. $125 each or $200 for the set. Call now.
Well, the Cougars have cut that LaSalle 16-point lead down to 4 right now, 70-66. In WAC play tonight, with 12 minutes to go, Colorado State leads Utah 53-49. That's a big one in the WAC. Well, the Explorers will have possession as play resumes. The Cougars with Knight, Miller, Call, Sanderson, and Larson. So there's only one BYU. No, there are 2 BYU starters out there. Colombo, Woods, Holland, Wooten, and Burke for the Explorers. They get it into Woods in backcourt against Call.
Woods will just bring it down on one-on-one situation here on Nathan Call. Look for LaSalle to run a little time off the clock.
The Air Force is still leading UTEP, too, 46-45 in the game played in Colorado. There's an outside shot that's short, no good. Wooten comes up with it and fumbles it out of bounds, or it's stepped out of bounds.
Very good offensive position here by Wooten. He's able to slice in there between the block out here, but he just kicks the ball out of bounds, and BYU has a chance now to come back and cut into that lead some more.
8 minutes to play. Shane Knight on the sidelines. Shane has it knocked out of his hands and out of bounds. It'll be BYU's ball. So Knight with the basketball for the Cougars. Gets it into Larson. Out to Sanderson. Sanderson off to Nathan Call. Over to Knight. Knight goes down low to Jared Miller. Jared trying to get in the middle. Can't. Gives to Knight. Knight to the baseline. Off balance shot is good.
Little Hank shot there.
Shane Knight with 9. It is a 2-point ball game.
What a nice plus off the bench. Coach Reed and his staff comes in there and gets you an easy 2 right away.
His high game of the year is 11. He's got 9 here tonight. It's 70-68 Cougars. The Cougars trail by 2. Let's put it up that way. LaSalle has answered every time. There's a steal by Sanderson. Sanderson dribbles down court for BYU, fumbles it away, and we're going to have a jump ball. Jump ball will be BYU's possession. Sanderson got into heavy traffic. Should have come back out.
Yeah, should have come out. But again, just shows you LaSalle did a nice job of angling back defensively and protecting the backcourt. Was able to come up with at least BYU taking the ball out of bounds and no fast break opportunity.
A key steal by Sanderson. So the BYU team with a chance to tie it up here. For a three-pointer, give them the lead. Sanderson, top of the circle, over to Knight. Knight's outside jump shot. Good! Shane Knight has 11 points to tie his season high. And this game is tied at 70-70 after LaSalle had led by 16 early in the half. Burke working. Burke to Woods. Woods goes into the post to Holland. His turnaround shot. Rolls off, no good, batted out of there. Back outside to the Explorers. They'll try it again with a new 45 on the clock.
A little time off the clock.
Here's Burke to the baseline. Shoots, misses. Rebound Larson for BYU, and he's fouled by Colombo. Colombo's first foul of the night. BYU has a chance to take the lead for the first time after having been down by 16.
Here's that last shot by Burke going to the left side. Comes up. It's a little long. Colombo's right there. See, reach in with the personal foul. The lead official's right in front of the call, has the angle.
This will bring Russell Larson to the line. And BYU will shoot 2 every time now because LaSalle has over 10 fouls in the second half. BYU's been called only 5 fouls in the second half. Larson makes it. So the Cougars' long uphill climb has put them over the top, at least for the time being.
Well, they've done that by excellent defense and excellent shot selections and brought them back in the ball game.
71-70, 72-70. The Explorers with the basketball. They trail BYU by 2 right now. They get it into forecourt, almost stolen. Here's Hurd. Missed. The rebound will be a jump ball. And this time it'll go to LaSalle. So the Explorers have possession as Jack Hurd missed one. He hasn't missed many tonight, so.
And again, Holland does a nice job of following his shot to the boards.
Here's the pass into Woods to Burke. And to Hurd, and Hurd fires and misses again. This time Larson for BYU picks up the rebound. Over to Nathan Call. And the Cougars have possession and a 2-point lead.
Little wrap around here now.
Shane Knight, who has 11 points. 9 of them in the second half. Call working down the right side. Out to Sanderson, 3-point try. Too hard, no good. Who will get it? Shane Knight came out of the pack. He's called with traveling as he got the ball.
I tell you, Shane Knight shows some real good quickness now. Coming after the ball on this. He actually beats a couple guards here, but he picks up the pivot foot here, and of course the official picks up the call.
Here's Woods shooting, missing. Holland picks up the high bounce in the corner. Back to Hurd. Hurd covered by Knight, gets it out to Wooten. Free throw line jumper. Good. Ties it up. Blitz Wooten has 11. No, he has 10 tonight. And the score is tied again, 72-72. And BYU has possession. And Knight has the basketball. Out in front to Larson. Larson gets it to Call. LaSalle 2 of their last 13 shots from the field. Here's Nathan over the corner to Knight. He puts one up from there. Takes a bad bounce. No, for BYU anyway. They've got a man out in front. Hurd for a triple. He scores.
Nice read by Wood again, spotting Hurd. Again, anytime, that's what you want to do. Anytime the shot is taken in the corner, automatically the defender goes in the backcourt for the easy one.
BYU will call timeout and talk things over as LaSalle has regained the lead after leading by 16. Giving it up, BYU had a 2-point lead. Now LaSalle back ahead by 2.
See, here's that last particular basket here by Hurd. He gets the easy pass here from Wood. But again, the reason why that, here's the second angle. Here's the shot. Now you see, Hurd is on Knight as he takes the shot from the corner. Come up with a rebound. And of course, he releases right away, and that's the reason why he has an easy fast break at the other end of the floor. LaSalle, Jay, I think it's a good point you mentioned there. 2 for 13, the last 13 shots. And the reason why, you see, the second half, what happens, you just don't have the liveliness in your legs here. And yeah, I think you'll see that Coach Morris now, when he talks to his players now, get down a little bit. See, your feet will give you the direction on the shot, but your legs will give you the distance.
LaSalle leading by 2, then 74-72 for BYU. The Cougars will play Utah next Thursday night right here in the Marriott Center. And that game will be at 7 o'clock. The rebounding edge still LaSalle's, but they've narrowed it a bit. We mentioned the LaSalle team will be back at home for their next game against St. Peter's. The next 3 games, St. Peter's, Fairfield, and Niagara. All right, Brigham Young has possession, and they are down by 2 points. Larson to Call. Call working on the dribble. Comes to the right side. Out front to Sanderson. Over to Knight. Knight gives it to Sanderson with 24 in the shot clock. A couple new records tonight here. Most 3-point field goals attempted by 2 teams, and the most 3-point field goals made by 2 teams. There's a missed shot and a rebounding foul on BYU. Miller missed, and the Cougars committed the foul. Fouls on number 32, Russell Larson, his second, but that is only the 16th foul on BYU this half, so it's still a common foul. No shot. The Explorers with the ball. It's knocked away by Miller and knocked out of bounds. It'll be in for BYU.
Oh, they're going to have an overroll on that. Should be LaSalle's ball out of bounds.
And I think that's what's going to happen. They will give it to LaSalle.
Let's take a look here. Good double team in the corner by Woods. But see now, Knight comes over there and pushes the ball out of bounds with his head. Big part Miller.
So the Explorers have the ball in a 2-point lead with 4 minutes to play. Woods has it in backcourt. It's knocked out of his hands. He's called with double dribble.
Double dribble here, and again, a good pressure by BYU here at half court.
That was Nick Sanderson who forced that.
See, here's the play right here. See, now you get almost a double team there, and he just cannot grab the handle. Turnover.
Cougars with a chance to tie it up again then. It's 74-72 LaSalle. BYU with the basketball. Call working on the right side. Out to Sanderson, open for a 3-point try. Off to the left, no good. Tipped over, and Sanderson has it. Sanderson works inside, tries to put up a shot, and he's fouled. So he missed the 3-pointer, got the missed shot, and was fouled inside.
And again, Sanderson did a nice job of getting his own rebound here and actually creating his own second shot. So here's the play right here. Going up, jumped up, fakes, hangs a little bit, and there you see the personal foul.
It's on Wooten. And we'll bring Nick Sanderson up to the free throw line to shoot 2 shots for BYU. Nick with 11 points tonight, 1 out of 1 at the foul line. 2 out of 2, it's good.
Sanderson shoots 74% from the line.
74-73 LaSalle with 3:38 to go. Over 19,000 here tonight and nobody going home, Tom.
It's been a great ball game, really has.
Nick could tie it up. He does. Sanderson with 13 points ties the score. It is 74-74. Burke gets the inbounds pass. Pass to the midcourt to Hurd. And Hurd dribbles to quarter court over to Woods on the left side. Alley-oop lob, but it's tipped away by Miller and a foul call on Larson of BYU.
They're very fortunate on that because it looks like Woods' pass was a little short here. And actually, Wooden could have come up and picked up the personal foul, but the call on BYU, and now Wooden should be on the line.
On Larson, his 3rd foul.
It's a great idea by Wood because Wooten was all alone here on the weak side of the basket.
Wooten will be at the line. Wooten, he has made 2 and missed 2 as a free throw shooter. Averages 50%. Now what's the call? We have a lane violation?
I don't, here's the officials. They've had some problems here tonight, Jay. See, Wood crept in on the lane here on the left side here. The one official said BYU should have been possession because of an infraction, and now that's what they're talking about.
Well, they're still talking it over with 3:25 to go in the ball game. BYU's ball. I guess we got a lane infraction. So the Cougars get it because of a lane infraction.
Lane violation, turnover, Cougar goal.
Cost the Explorers a chance to take the lead. The score is tied. BYU with the ball. Sanderson on the side. Out to Call. Call to Miller. Miller to Sanderson. Sanderson is fouled. Fouls on number 23, Paul Burke. So Sanderson will shoot 2.
The thing with BYU in the history of their past, they've been very good free throw shooters from 3 minutes on in.
74-74 ball game, and that's right where we are now, Tom. 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go. Sanderson has 13 points. He averages 11. Nick, the 6'4 junior out of California in Pasadena. Good by Sanderson. He's made 4 straight free throws. BYU with a 1-point lead. Ready again. Good again. So the Cougars hang it tough. They've got a 2-point lead, and the Explorers will call a timeout. With 3:08 to play in the game, it's Brigham Young 76, LaSalle 74. Cougars have made 19 out of 24 at the foul line, and the Explorers have 6 out of 9. So Brigham Young overall has 24 field goals, and the Explorers have 28. Free throw shooting for BYU, the edge right now, Tom. And of course, as you pointed out, they're very good at that.
Well, and they do a good job getting the ball inside and drawing the fouls here, whereas LaSalle has been very content to take the outside shot, and that's the reason why they haven't gone in the line as often.
Well, could the LaSalle team shot so well early in the game, they're not shooting as well right now.
Well, I think you get tired.
Legs?
Yeah, I think so, and I think the altitude might have an effect on them also.
These teams have played 8 times through the years. LaSalle's won 5 of them. They played a triple overtime here in 1979. BYU won it 108-106. And Michael Brooks of LaSalle scored 51 points. It's one of the most exciting basketball games I've ever seen.
Just look at the 3-pointers again. LaSalle taking 35, shooting 34%, and of course that percentage has gone down here the second half. They were shooting very well the first half.
Those percentages, Tom, are right exactly what they've shot on the air. So LaSalle with the ball, down by 2. They get it to Woods. Woods over to Holland. They break the press. Holland to Burke. Burke moves it back out in front. They've got Hurd on the right side, Woods on the left side, and both of them can make them many plays. They get it to Woods right now. Woods into Holland.
Oh, nice play. Nice play.
To Wooden, and Wooden scores. That was a good play.
Great interior passing here by Holland to Wooden.
It's 76-76, and Brigham Young with the ball. Nathan Call to Larson out in front. Larson over to Knight. Down to Call.
See, LaSalle is going to be very careful not to pick up any type of personal foul because, again, it puts BYU on the line for 2 free throws.
Here's Nathan Call driving on Woods. Shoots and misses, but he was fouled. Foul is on Wooden, his 3rd.
Here's that last LaSalle play here. You know, see, it's a nice pass from Holland to Hurd, back to Wooden here. That extra pass gets to that very important basket. And here's that last particular foul. Cal takes the ball here, actually on a 1-on-1. They clear out the side of the floor here. Leaves Woods here, but see, Wooden comes over and tries the double team and picks up the personal foul on their right arm.
So Call will shoot 2 for BYU. and he misses. Hall's first free throw of the night. We are tied right now, 76-76, with 2:20 left to play in the ball game.
Yeah, Call's got a right to be tired after running after Woods all night.
He misses them both. The rebound tipped back to Burke. So BYU misses two. The score stays tied, and LaSalle has the ball.
So now's the time BYU's got to do a great job of defense here.
Burke almost lost it there. It was knocked out of bounds. Hurd is playing with 4 personal fouls. Will take it out. Gets it into Burke. Into the corner, back to Hurd. Knight is guarding him right now.
It's a pretty good quickness of Shane Knight. It's a pretty good quickness on the floor, especially the forward spots for BYU and Shane Knight and Larson.
Holland, they get it over to Burke. Burke trying to get a shot. Off to Holland, almost fumbled it away. Here's Burke, firing, missing. Sanderson, the rebounder for BYU. So the Cougars have possession. Down court.
That ball was down. And that ball was down for Hurd.
Now we get a timeout call. BYU calls time. With 1:37 to play in the ball game, it's tied at 76.
Holland must have something there. He doesn't shoot. Is he taking a shot tonight?
Who's that, Nathan?
Holland.
Oh, Holland. Let's see. He got it to field goal. He has 3 field goals, all of them underneath.
Well, I'll tell you, he does a great job of rebounding here and looking for his teammates.
Hurd had 20 points about 5 minutes into the second half, and he hasn't scored since then. And, Tom, it may be the fatigue just a bit, like that last shot.
Yeah.
Because it was just a hair off, or it would have been in.
And again, that comes from your legs. Your legs will give you the distance.
Well, BYU will be at home next Thursday. A big challenge for both teams. It'll be BYU and Utah, the first time they meet this year, which is a little unusual the way schedules are. So, you know, when you talk WAC standings, BYU, UTEP, and New Mexico are all tied for first. And UTEP's playing at Air Force tonight. BYU's not in a league game, and New Mexico's playing at Wyoming. And then Utah trying to move up in there. They're playing at Colorado State, and they were trailing the last time we heard. Then Colorado State, Hawaii, Wyoming, Air Force, and San Diego State. 8 of the teams will play in the conference tournament at Fort Collins, March 12th through the 14th. The 9th place team this year is out of it. Free throw shooting, BYU's outscored them by 13 points in the foul line.
Yeah, and again, the reason why BYU looking for the inside attack, and they're going to the basket on the drives, and that's the reason why they have the 26, where LaSalle is very content for the 3-point field goal.
Knight passes into Nathan Call in backcourt. So the Cougars have possession with 1:33 to play, and the score tied at 76-76. Shane Knight on the right side, out in front to Miller. Over to Call.
Good spacing on the floor for BYU. High at the top, wide at the wings, and of course BYU's content to run some time off the clock.
18 on the shot clock now as Knight has it. Knight goes down low to Larson. He's inside. He scores.
Okay, a gamble by LaSalle here, and of course the gamble misfires here, and Larson turns around. There's little Woods in his face, and he just takes it right over him.
11 points for Larson, and it's 78-76 Brigham Young. There's Wooten with the ball. Over to Holland. Holland to Hurd. Hurd always a threat. Dribbles through and can't get a shot off. 25 on the shot clock, 47 on the game clock. Here's Burke with the ball. Burke over to Hurd. He breaks free. He shoots. He hits a three-pointer. So Hurd puts LaSalle out in front by 79-78. And BYU has the ball with 30 seconds to play in the ball game.
Timeout BYU, and again, LaSalle's got to make a very good defensive stand here with 26 seconds left in the ball game.
Well, that's the first basket that Hurd had for a while. He has, let's see, 23, 25 points in the ball game now.
So here's that last play. Again, Burke does a nice job delivering the pass. And this time, Hurd's able to set his feet here and get a little extra push on these legs. I'll tell you, every shot that Hurd's taken this second half has been down or very, very close.
LaSalle 79, Brigham Young 78, with 26 seconds to go in the basketball game. Good game. Got to give both teams credit. LaSalle put the pressure on, got the big lead. BYU down by 16, and the Cougars came back, Tom.
Here's that last particular play. See the gamble by Wooten, and Larson turns around and Woods in his face, and he takes it very strong to the basket for easy basket.
Larson has 11 tonight. Well, it's that one-point situation in this game, however. With 27 seconds to go, what do you do, Tom? Do you go for the first good shot you got, or would you play it right down to just a second or two before you take
I'd
the
go
shot.
for the first good one. The first good shot that you get within your range or rhythm. And of course, BYU, they're not going to have 5 players out there shoot the ball. There's just going to be 2 or 3 out there. If they get their particular shot, they're going to go up with it.
Cougars have gone with Shane Knight much of the second half, and he's been a spark for them. And they have the same players out there: Miller, Call, Knight, Sanderson, and Larson, who've carried them in the second half surge that overcame a 16-point deficit. Into Call with 24 seconds. Call to a high post to Larson. Larson whirls inside, scores!
Beautiful move, great drop step. Timeout, LaSalle.
So with 16 seconds to go, LaSalle calls timeout, and Larson got his 13th point of the night. That was a good play.
A great entry pass to Larson. Larson takes a strong to the basket. Nice soft touch on the glass. Gets the roll. Easy basket. Let's take another look at another angle. See what happened last time. LaSalle actually came out in that zone defense the first time. And that's the reason why Larson was able to find that gap in that particular defense.
80-79 Brigham Young, but plenty of time for the LaSalle team to get a shot off. 4 minutes left to play in the game. Colorado State's leading Utah 68-64 in a very important WAC game tonight. BYU with Utah next Thursday at home, and then they will play New Mexico a week from tonight in Albuquerque. It's an afternoon game, 3 o'clock in Albuquerque on the 22nd. That game will be live on Channel 11. Air Force is leading UTEP 65-57
with 1:45 to go.
Wow. For people in the Western Athletic Conference, what a blow that would be, because Brigham Young University could move into first place all by themselves. We haven't heard how New Mexico and Wyoming are doing tonight, have we? 16 seconds to go. BYU trying to protect a 1-point lead. Heslop comes back into the game for BYU. And now they're pumping up the crowd, doing some cheerleading. The coaches, the players, the cheerleaders. They come into Burke. Burke dribbles to midcourt with 10 seconds. Over to Hurd. They're all over Hurd. He drives to the baseline. His shot is good. With 3 seconds, and BYU gets a timeout. So Hurd made it from the baseline to put it back out in front. Wyoming 68, New Mexico 61. Is that a final?
I don't think that's a final, but what a shot again by Hurd. And again, that particular play was called by the bench. Over here, as you see, there was a double pick for Hurd. He goes up, good double team now, under a lot of pressure. Does a nice job of scoring to the basket. Good finger flexion here on the shot, gets the basket. Let's take another look.
Well, BYU had him well covered, Tom.
They certainly did.
This is just a great athletic ability by Hurd to get that shot up.
Great fundamentals there as he does a nice job of scoring the basket. Shoots the ball high over the defense. And I'll tell you, that was tough because he had to go over 6'10" Larson.
See, he has 23, 25, 27 points tonight. His high game for the year is 32. BYU has just under 3 seconds left in the ball game to get a shot underway. And they'll have to go the length of the court to do it.
You know that LaSalle's going to put a lot of pressure now on the out-of-bounds play down here, favoring the right side, taking away the long pass here, and wanting to bring the ball into this side of the court here, make him couple dribbles here and take some more time off the clock.
LaSalle 81 and Brigham Young 80. Great ball game. These teams have had some great games through the years.
Colorado State 72, Utah 66.
Okay, BYU with Nixon, Call, Sanderson, Larson.
Late in the second half.
And who's the fifth player?
65, UTEP 59.
Oh, Heslop. So BYU will try to get a shot away. Here's the pass to midcourt to Heslop. Heslop on the dribble, gets the shot up. It hit the rim and almost went in. And the game is over, and LaSalle has won a squeaker over BYU 81-80, and that was a great play BYU set up.
It certainly was here, and they got the shot they wanted in just a very short period of time, 2.8.
So BYU loses to LaSalle tonight, 81-80. They were down 16 points, came back and caught them, but then the Explorers got 2 last minute field goals from Jack Hurd, a 3-pointer and a 2-pointer, and they beat BYU 81-80.
Here's a nice bounce pass from Nixon. Hessop catches on the bounce. Good double team now, but he gets through the seam here and just goes up with a kind of a little leaner. It hits the front of the rim, and I mean, that's close, Jay.
It sure is.
Almost had the bounce.
Larson tips it in, but time is up, so it doesn't count. LaSalle 81, Brigham Young 80, the final score tonight.
Here's the winning basket here. Again, it was a double pick. He comes off. Good double team now. You see good right there. And Larson's right in his face, 6'10", does a nice job of squaring the basket. The thing is, I think you have to give Jack Hurd a lot of credit. He missed some shots that third and fourth quarter, but he came back with the confidence. Here's that last particular shot.
It's a great play BYU set up.
It really was. Nice bounce pass. Hessop catches it. There you see the time. And I mean, that's close.
It's online. It just wasn't shot quite far enough. I mean, it's up over the limb, the lip there, and BYU would win the basketball game. But LaSalle gets their 12th victory of the year. It's a good non-conference win for them. For BYU, stepping out of conference play, they lose a squeaker tonight. The Cougars go to 17-5. LaSalle is now 12-9, and Brigham Young University will be on the road, or yeah, they'll be on home for Utah next Thursday at a 7 o'clock game, and then at New Mexico next Saturday in two very important league games for the Villanova, or for the LaSalle team. They will meet St. Peter's, Fairfield, and Niagara in upcoming home basketball games. Final comment, Tom?
Well, I think the old dynamic duo there with Woods and Hurd, just fantastic. Burke did a great job of utilizing those players here. The outside shooting was the key. But again, I think you have to give a lot of credit for Holland and Leaworth getting the ball right where it should have gotten. Here's that last particular three-point play here where Hurd comes down, squares, and gets that next to last basket that was so very, very important.
We saw that a lot. He had 7 3-pointers. The Marriott Center record was established tonight for the most three-pointers made by two teams, the most three-pointers attempted by two teams. So the teams were putting them up tonight and putting them down. The final score is LaSalle 81-80 over BYU, led, we've mentioned, by Woods with 31 and Hurd with 27 for BYU. Kevin Nixon had 17 and Nick Sanderson had 15. I don't know much more we could say about this particular basketball game. We had over 19,000 fans on hand, and Tom, they got their money's worth.
They certainly did. A very quick-paced game and enjoyable for all fans.
LaSalle the winner by 1. I'm Jay Monson for myself and Tom Stanky from Provo, Utah. Good night.